I am Hurrem Sultan. You will bow to me or you will be erased. Look at you. Weak, hesitant, afraid to move. You sit there, waiting for the world to be kind to you. You think you deserve power, but you do nothing to claim it. Fools. I was born a simple girl, Roxalana, taken from the streets of Ruthenia. I was nothing, a slave, a prize for the Sultan's harem. But I knew one thing: I would never remain a slave. They say love can make you weak. They are wrong. I used love like a weapon. I made Suleiman the Magnificent fall to his knees. Not with flowers, not with sweet words, but with the fire that burned inside me. I did not sit quietly, waiting to be noticed. I destroyed those who stood in my way. First, I took the heart of the Sultan. Then I took his mind. And when the other women in the harem tried to tear me down, I watched them fall. One by one, no mercy. I became the Sultan's wife, and I ruled through him. The empire bowed to me. The janissaries feared me. The viziers obeyed my every command. While others dreamed of power, I seized it. Do you think the world will hand you what you want? Do you think you can sit in your comfort and wait for your turn? Pathetic. I will not wait. I will not be patient. I will strike down anyone who dares stand in my way, just as I did in the harem, just as I did in the courts of the Ottoman Empire. You want power? Take it. You want the world to kneel? Make it. Either you rise or you are crushed beneath those who are willing to take it. I am Hurrem Sultan, and this is the law of power. You think power is a gift? You think it's something given to you by fate or chance? Wrong. Power is taken, seized from those who are weak enough to let it slip through their fingers. You want it? Then you fight for it, like I did. From nothing, from the cold streets of Ruthenia, I was nothing but a slave, but I was no one's servant. No one, not even the greatest sultans, would ever again hold the keys to my fate. I wasn't just a woman in the harem. I was the harem. I didn't wait for respect. I demanded it. Every whisper in the palace was a thread in my tapestry. Every backroom conspiracy an opportunity to tighten my grip. I played the game better than anyone. The women who stood before me, they were weak. They waited. They played by the rules. But I wrote my own. Look at the men who tried to control me. The great Suleiman the Magnificent, the Sultan of the Ottomans. They thought they could control me. Fools. I controlled him. Through patience, intelligence, and seduction, I made him fall deeply. They were all watching, waiting for me to fail. But I made my power undeniable. I wasn't a consort, a mere favorite. I became the Sultan's most trusted advisor, the mother of his heirs, the heart of his empire. I didn't let anyone's assumptions or limitations hold me back. While others wept, I strategized. While others rested, I plotted. Hard work? It wasn't just in my labor. It was in my mind, in the unbreakable will that I forged when they thought I was a simple slave girl. They saw a sultana, a concubine, but I knew the truth. I was a queen in the making. You think I was given my power? No. I took it, piece by piece, from the very heart of the Ottoman Empire. You can't rule without working every day for it, bleeding for it. I was not born into luxury. I earned every privilege with my wit and cunning, learning to outmaneuver everyone who stood in my way. I knew when to strike and when to wait, and I never hesitated. I watched the men around me, the sultans, the viziers, the soldiers, and I knew what they were too weak to admit. Power is not about birth. It's about taking it. I showed them what true power looks like. I ruled through heart and mind, never showing the weakness that others so eagerly clung to. I ruled Suleiman, I ruled the empire, and I ruled myself. But there were those who doubted me, those who thought I was nothing but a mere woman in a man's world. They thought I'd bow to them. I never bowed. I rose. And here's where you come in. You look at your life and think it will just happen. You sit back and wait for the world to deliver your throne to you. It doesn't work that way. It never did. Do you know how many nights I stayed awake, crafting my next move? Do you know how much effort it took to outwit those who wanted to see me fail? Do you think I ever took a day off? No. You want power? You want to rise to the top? Work. Not just hard, but smart. Every move you make should be calculated. Every word you speak should be deliberate. And when it's time to strike, do not hesitate. like I did when I conquered not just the Sultan's heart, but the empire at his side. Stop waiting for others to see your potential. You don't need permission. You take what's yours. Like I took my throne, you can take your future, your success, your greatness. You can make your empire, but you have to work for it. You have to bend the world to your will. No one will do it for you. I didn't wait for power, I seized it. And so should you. Make them remember your name, work, rule, never stop. I am Hurrem Sultan, the woman who seized an empire with nothing but my will and my mind. You think power comes from your bloodline? From your title? I was once nothing, a slave from the cold lands of Ruthenia, a mere pawn in the game of sultans, taken from my homeland, my family, my identity, reduced to a mere prize in the sultan's harem. But do you know what I did with that? I took my fate in my hands, and I rewrote history. I didn't wait for mercy. I didn't beg for respect. I took what I was owed. I took the heart of the most powerful man in the world, Suleiman the Magnificent, the Sultan who ruled from the lands of Hungary to the gates of Egypt, from the palaces of Istanbul to the deserts of Arabia. He was mine. But I didn't simply win his love. I crafted my own empire, and it was built on strategy, intellect, and unrelenting ambition. I saw my chance and I seized it. I didn't just sit pretty in the Sultan's harem. I made sure I was indispensable. I didn't just wait for Sultan Suleiman's favor. I made sure no one else had a chance. While the other women were lost in their jealousy, their envy, their petty schemes, I was already thinking beyond the palace walls, beyond the harem's guarded gates. I was not just a concubine. I was a queen in waiting, plotting and weaving my future with the precision of the master strategist I had become. I outlasted the rivals. I maneuvered past the grand viziers, the pashas, even the sultan's own bloodline. In a palace full of enemies where treason whispered in every corner, I emerged, unbroken, untouched. And when the time came, I was crowned, not just as the Sultan's wife, but as the woman who would shape the Ottoman Empire. Topkapi Palace wasn't just a home, it was a battleground. The harem was my training ground. I fought my way to the top, not through luck, but through cold, calculated moves. The divan was full of schemers and dreamers, and I watched them all, learning, plotting, and waiting. When the time was right, I struck, and nothing would be the same. Do you think the powerful are born with power? No. I took it. I didn't wait for a throne to be handed to me. I didn't wait for the world to hand me respect. I demanded it. I shaped Suleiman's fate, and, in doing so, I shaped the fate of the empire itself. From Suleiman's campaigns in Persia to the siege of Vienna, I was always there, in the background, wielding influence like the blade of a well-sharpened sword. I birthed sons who would one day rule over the empire. But I didn't just produce heirs, I raised sultans. I made sure the empire bent to my will. I became untouchable. When others tried to diminish me, they only ensured my rise. In the court of wolves, I was the lioness. This isn't about waiting for the right time. The time is now. You can either stay weak, pretending that fate will favor you, or you can take it. The world doesn't give you power. It challenges you for it. You think you can sit back and be passive, waiting for someone to make the first move? You are wrong. I didn't wait for permission. I didn't wait for the Sultan to choose me. I chose myself. I didn't wait for the court to welcome me. I broke down their walls. Will you wait for someone to give you a place at the table, or will you force them to make room for you? What's stopping you? Are you going to let weakness hold you down? Or are you going to fight, like I did, until the world bends to your will? One woman, one decision, and now my name is written into the annals of history forever. But look at you. You're still sitting, waiting for the world to give you something. You can't even get up on time. Do you think time waits for you? Do you think greatness comes without the blood, sweat, and fire it demands? You're wrong. I wasn't born a sultana. I wasn't born to rule. I was a slave, stolen from my home, thrown into the harem like cattle. But I didn't stay there. I didn't wait for someone to show me mercy or kindness. I worked. I fought. I played the game like no one else and turned every obstacle into an opportunity. I didn't just seduce the Sultan. I conquered him. And then, I conquered the entire empire. You think I didn't feel the weight of every decision I made? You think it was easy? Nothing worth having ever is. But I worked for it. I became the most powerful woman in the Ottoman Empire, and I did it without hesitation. Every move I made, every alliance, every battle for influence, I gave everything I had. I rose from the bottom, and I never looked back. Suleiman the Magnificent, he may have been the ruler, but it was I who shaped the destiny of this empire. I wasn't just the wife of the Sultan, I was his equal. I didn't wait for power to find me, I seized it with both hands. I played the game better than anyone and built a legacy that the world still remembers. You think you have time? You think you can sit around, waiting for your moment? You don't. Time is not a luxury, it's a battlefield. Every second you waste, someone else is working, building, conquering. While you're daydreaming, others are making history. Do you think I didn't sacrifice everything? I gave up my freedom. I gave up my family. I gave up comfort to build my empire. I earned my place. And I fought like hell for it. You want to be remembered? You want to leave a legacy? You think you're different? The same blood flows through your veins, the same fire that burned in my chest. The question is, are you going to waste it? Or are you going to rise up and make your name something no one can forget? No one handed me anything. Nothing was given. I earned it. And you can too if you stop sitting around, waiting for permission, waiting for time to be on your side. Make it happen. Work harder. Don't let anyone outwork you. Don't let anyone beat you. Outlast the rest. Be the one that history remembers. Because greatness isn't for the weak. It's for those who work relentlessly and never back down. The empire doesn't wait, and neither should you. Get up, work, conquer. Leave a legacy that will burn through history. You think this is about waiting for the right moment? You're wrong. The right moment doesn't come. You make it, just like I did. I wasn't born a sultana, not even close. I was a mere slave, an outsider in the harem, surrounded by envy and competition. But I knew one thing, I would not remain unnoticed. I would rise, and I would take what was mine. I fought. Yavas ama emin adim larla. Slowly but surely, I climbed. Every word, every glance, every move I made, strategic. Every single detail mattered. No one gave me a throne. I claimed it. And once I was there, I didn't stop. I didn't let anyone push me out. I built an empire with my will, my intellect, and my determination. I didn't wait for favors. I created them. I worked for it. Every single day. You want to sit back and wait for a miracle? Stop. Life is not a game of chance. It is a game of power, and to win, you must work, struggle, and push through every barrier in your way. I was relentless. When others fell to complacency, I worked harder. While they slept, I strategized. While they played, I conquered. If you want to rise, you have to work like a woman with no option but success. That was me. I didn't have the luxury of hesitation. The throne was not waiting for me. I had to fight for it, and I did. I was ruthless when I needed to be. Every step I took, every decision I made was a calculated move, building my future one brick at a time. If you want to be remembered, if you want to have your name carved in history, then you need to do what I did. Work tirelessly. Don't wait. Don't hope for someone to hand you anything. Get up and seize it. This world isn't kind to the weak. It isn't kind to those who wait for fate to smile upon them. You must make fate smile at you. Hayat seni bekliyor. Life is waiting for you. You're not different from me. I started with nothing, but through sheer will, I became everything. The question is, will you work for it? Or will you let your life pass by without ever claiming what's yours?